Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? May I please have the first 5 cards in our 5-card spread? First card. This is the second time we've pulled this card in the last week to begin our readings. We've got here the Moon card back. So we're still dealing with some of this platonic energy. A lot of this, look, I got to tell you, I know there's energetic heaviness right now. There's a lot of deep diving that's occurring right now across all of the frequencies. This is going to feel like, again, this is... I want to say the best way to describe this is plumbing the mysteries of the self is the best way I can describe this right now. Masculine and feminine energy deep within divine union, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. This is a lot of the energy that's discovering and building upon new parts of themselves. If these are energies that are doing things in ways that they haven't done them before, this is that modality of feeling uncertainty that often occurs when you're doing something in a way that you haven't before. Because when you move towards manifestations, you have to relinquish the energetic outcome, right? This is what we're seeing that's happening right now for so much of this energy, that uncertainty, right? That moving through something and being unsure what the energetic outcome is. This is coming through right now in the sense of the embodiment of the energy deep within divine union, exploring parts of the self that they haven't explored before. Masculine energy, realigning and recalibrating back into their sense of energetic play. I just see that a lot of the energy right now deep within the divine union, masculine. What happens when masculine energy is able to move their energetic pride aside? The discovery of the inner child that the pride was trying to protect, but was recognizing that hasn't had a chance to effectively thrive to a certain extent. This is a lot of that masculine energy that is coming back, is I want to say, like, remembering those parts of themselves that they may have forgotten at moments that they allowed the pride to come before the sense of self. So we see even there that one of the things about that is there's a lot of the energy of the masculine that's becoming more comfortable discovering themselves in the presence of energy around them, right? Because that's what play is. Play is revealing in that way. Play is exposing in that way because we move our pride aside in order to facilitate the ability of being seen. So we see even here that a lot of that masculine energy, bringing forth that, taking something that is internal and bringing it to the surface. This is how the masculine is effectively healing right now, because that's that moment. If these are experiences in the past where masculine was taught or told and said, keep that inside, keep that inside the self. This is the masculine saying, why? Because this is the energy of the masculine that's like, I want to say, like, they're shining those lights within themselves on the parts of themselves that they were told or told they had to keep energetically hidden to a certain extent. And that's beautiful here. Like, there's a lot of healing that I see that is happening in the masculine, coming into that space of revealing the parts of themselves that they may have felt like they had to keep hidden to a certain extent, right? Like, that is building into that space or place of energetic trust. While for feminine, a lot of this work is the opposite. This is I see a lot of the feminine right now that's putting intentional blinders on to a certain extent. This is the feminine energy that is focusing in such a way because this is the energy of the feminine that's building into a point of trust. And the trust that is built upon or needed for the feminine to be able to maintain or create focus, this is the feminine energy that is building into rebuilding their own sense of trust, because this is the feminine energy that is almost allowing themselves to focus their efforts and energies towards a singular thing. And really, in the ability of doing that, again, both of these energies doing something in a way, this is the energy of the feminine that's working on saying to themselves that by doing so, not being so concerned, remembering that the energy that supports the feminine in that fashion is not going to hold it against the feminine not being overly concerned about the opinions of those that would. Both of these energies right now are doing the same work, but you can see this is why they're saying it's wing energy, because masculine is opening up, right? Feminine is closing. Masculine's opening up, feminine's closing. So what do we have when we have the opening up and the closing? We've got wings happening. It's wing work. While for masculine and feminine energy right now coming into divine union, a lot of this work that we see it is occurring right now, this is the energetic healing of spaces and places in the past, because I told you even now, this is the energy that is feeling that. I want to say some of the energy coming into divine union right now, it may be feeling very strange. I just want to say they may be feeling very strange, because this is the energy I told you that's navigating points of elation and devastation, feeling that sense of things that are lighting up, even as the past is changing, like the perception of the past is shifting, because as we move forward into spaces of discovery, our own perception of the path change, the past path changes because of what we see going forward. So we see even now for a lot of that energy, the ability to I even see here the ability to articulate upon those experiences, the ability to speak them forth towards one another. This is how this energy is healing here, because this isn't just the energy that is opening up towards one another about those positivity points. This is also the energy that is navigating those difficulties, navigating those hardships, navigating those parts of the self that are hard to navigate. And I see even now, this is the energy that is feeling like the reason that their partnership feels so valuable and integral is because this is the energy that feels like they are creating a light together that is shining a light on the past, right? While for masculine and feminine energy right now in separation, I can see even now that there's something about this period that may be feeling, there's something I want to say that's happening in separation that may be feeling bittersweet. Because I see even now that there's a lot of energy in separation that is walking away from something that feels like it's not in alignment to them, but they don't necessarily see what's coming forward towards them. So there is this like moment of anxiety or fear or confronting some of that doubt of the self that is often characteristic of points that we're like in the process of moving towards our manifestation goals, right? That's what we call those dark nights of the soul, if you will, because that's that modality where, again, we're moving away from one energetic experience towards another. And there's a little bit of that, like, it's like the hallway. It's like moving through the energetic hallway, if you will. So there's a lot of contemplation energy that I see is potentially occurring right now in separation. But what I think that's important about this particular energy is it doesn't feel devastating. It feels restorative. It feels affirming. Because the manifestation is what is lighting the way. Second card in our 5-card spread for today, 3 of Pentacles in its reversal. So this is a lot of the energy, even in separation, if they're feeling like that. This is the energy that, again, is almost reaffirming their own energetic commitment as they proceed forward from this point and saying to themselves, in order to move towards what it is that one desires, one has to be ready to decline what isn't for oneself. Like, I just see that is the affirmation that's helping a lot of the energy in separation right now. This is the energy that's almost saying to themselves that the importance and the value of a strong foundation is what they're seeking as it relates to partnership. And this is why so much of this energy right now is feeling some kind of release and relief. And I'm seeing here that for a lot of the energy in separation, the ability to recognize that missing architecture sooner rather than later is a bit of the benefit of the manifestation goal, because it's helping the energy identify something that was moving in the wrong direction before one invested too much time, effort, or energy into something. And so this in itself is how the energy is recognizing and identifying the breakthrough point. Because that breakthrough point, like, I almost see a lot of the energy in separation that, like, would have agonized trying to I want to say build a castle by the water, build a sand castle by the water, and then kept getting frustrated because the water kept knocking the castle down, instead of saying, this is not the place. This is not the place. This is clearly not the place that this should be. And so what are they doing? They're moving towards what they're looking for, because they're looking for the energy of counterpart that has that same mindfulness about building a stable foundation. While for masculine and feminine energy right now that is coming into divine union, a lot of this energy coming into divine union right now, this is the energy that's looking back and being like, this is why this energy is going like this a little bit, because this is the energy looking back on something now and seeing via the energetic connection of what they're building with a counterpart. And now it's like, this is the reassessing of the past, because even in the process, this is energy that is building, this is energy that's just come into divine union. I got to stress this. This is energy that's just come into divine union, and they can already feel the difference. They can already feel the difference. And so for so much of this energy, this is the energy that's recognizing the importance and value of an energetically strong foundation. That you can't build on it without a strong foundation. So this is some energy looking back in the past and being like, oh, that was doomed from the start. Jeez Louise, what was I doing? Right? Because this is the energy that can now see the lack of the strong foundation in some of the experiences in the past, because the way that they're building here, they're like, oh yeah, this is going to hold. This is going to hold, this is made out of brick. This is good. So we see even now that a lot of that energy here, and that's what I meant about, this is the light that shines backwards and forwards, because this is the energy that's recognizing and feeling that shift and that change. And that's the light that casts in the past, that you're like, whew, okay, that makes sense now. Now I see what was missing. Masculine and feminine deep within divine union right now. So much of this energy that I'm seeing deep within divine union has to do with the energy that's breaking new ground in relationality to how you're addressing situations. The ground that you're breaking is within the self. Third card in our 5-card spread for today is our 2 of Swords, and it's upright. So masculine and feminine energy within divine union right now. This is the only thing that's frustrating about this energy deep within divine union is it's patient. There's a lot of energy right now that's working through patience and perseverance. This is a lot of energy deep within divine union that's just building upon patience and perseverance. This is like holding a pose kind of energy. So again, if this is feminine that's working on maintaining focus, this is the feminine that may be trying to amplify that. Doing that I want to see in a way that they haven't before, because this is the energy of the feminine trying to elongate that process. Masculine energy, if this is that modality of doing something or learning something in a way that you haven't before, feeling a little awkward along the way, both of those energies recognize that if it's hard, it's because you're learning how to do something. And when you're learning how to do something, that feeling of beginning, it can feel clumsy or it can feel difficult, but this is the energy that is working on holding that so that they can start to feel more energetically comfortable doing it. That's why we see so much of this is a little bit of that, I want to say training wheels kind of energy. Masculine and feminine coming into divine union. I see what's happening for so much of this energy in divine union is this is the energy that recognizes that it's not the manifestation goal. It's not the shared manifestation goal. It's not coming into the shared manifestation goal that is the manifestation. It's the ability to build towards it with someone that's able to maintain that point of consistency. This is the energy that's really feeling that the difference in energy that moves in the same way, that feels that same directionality, that it doesn't feel like a tug of war. It feels I'm getting here, it's not a tug of war, it feels like a weaving, right? It feels like that energy that is moving with purpose and intention towards one another instead of trying to drag each other in different directions. And so in that moment, suddenly this is the energy that can tell the difference between an energetic connection that feels like weaving versus an energetic connection that feels like two people tugging on like a piece of cloth in different directions. So we see even now, like, that's a lot of that energy having a massive breakthrough right now as they come into divine union. While for masculine and feminine energy in separation right now, a lot of this energy in separation, this is the energy that is almost saying to themselves, I will know it when I see it. This is the energy that's almost saying to themselves, I will know it when I see it, and it will feel different. Because we see even now, this is a lot of that energy that is working. Like, the reason I'm saying even now, the reason so much of this energy is moving forward at this time is I just keep seeing, this is a little bit of the gift of the past. I'm telling you right now, gift of the past that was occurring for energy and separation, because I'm seeing even now there's some energy that was coming into some kind of new energetic connection. And I want to say they got haunted. They saw something that haunted them. They saw something that's like, that felt a little too much like something I didn't like. And that moment of feeling that and seeing that, that is the flashlight. I told you, that energetic flashlight of the past that shines forward. And the past is like, I got you. And then being like, no, you didn't, but thank you, because now you do, right? Because that's that moment that becomes wisdom, right? That's that moment where that past thing that was not necessarily ideal, you can recognize it now. And that's the energy being like, nope, and moving forward. So even here, we feel like they see that the gift that's occurring for a lot of the energy and separation is strong boundaries, high standards. Fourth card in our 5-card spread for today is Page of Pentacles. And I like this. Look at this energy and separation right now, because this is the energy that's basically moving forward with their manifestation goal. And they're saying to themselves, the energy that's for me is going to be able to articulate upon what those manifestation goals are. This is that energetic equivalent of looking towards something and recognizing it. And this is the energy that's just moving forward in that way. And, you know, there's a little bit of this, like, I want to say there's a lot, I got to say, for energy and separation right now, there's a lot of that anticipatory energy that I'm seeing here. But a lot of that anticipation, if you will, it feels grounded, because this isn't energy that's just looking forward and being unsure what it is that they want going forward. This is the energy and separation saying, I know what I'm looking for, right? That's the difference between saying, I don't know what I want versus I know what I'm looking for. While for masculine and feminine coming into divine union, this is the energy that feels like they found it. This is the energy that feels like they found it. Now they're looking back on any of those experiences in the past and saying, I can recognize what was missing. While for masculine and feminine energy deep within divine union right now, this is doing something in a new way. And in that modality, this is a lot of that, like, I want to say, learning a new skill, taking a different approach, taking a different tactic, implementing a new practice. So more of that expectation. Fifth card in our 5-card spread for today. It's excited energy. And that's why I want to say, if you have any issues with anxiety right now, this might be a little bit of a rough time right now. Try to move that anxiety into excitement. Just try to move that anxiety into excitement is what I'm seeing. For masculine and feminine energy, this is a lot of energy just trying to work, like get as much done as quickly as one can to a certain extent. Because I just keep seeing that so much of this work right now, it's like harvest energy, actually. It's like harvest energy. It's like trying to move forward and trying to do as much as one can, right, within like a limited time frame. While for masculine and feminine energy right now coming into divine union, and it's about prioritizing. I got to say this even now. This is more of that energy within divine union that is working on building into the prioritization of what they're trying to do. For masculine, this is all about expansion right now. For feminine, it's all about focus. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. Masculine and feminine coming into divine union right now. That's it. I mean, like, I just see a lot of energy coming into divine union right now, and I'm just hearing snip, 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 snip. I'm seeing like the cords that are being cut. This is the energy that is cutting the cords of the past. This is the energy that's just cutting the cords of the past in the moment of arriving into what feels like it is giving back towards you. Because in the moment that you receive something in the way that you were expecting to receive it from the past, this is the energy just going like right down the line. Multiple cords is what I'm seeing. Like, this is just the energy immediately coming into that healing. Masculine and feminine energy coming in separation. There's a lot, this energy in separation is, I'm telling you, the expediency of moving away from something, and it's the same thing. It's a cord cut. The ability, the expediency to move away from what is not your manifestation goal is the gift that this retrograde has handed. It's like I literally see the Mercury retrograde on this silver platter being like, you are welcome. This is the energy going, you are welcome. Here you go. Here's some scissors. Like, this is the energy going, here's some scissors, because this is the energy that is recognizing and identifying the ability to see what is necessary and the lack thereof of it with more expediency. And that's why the frustration is what is propelling the energy in separation towards energetic connections that provide same. Because again, the gift of the past is a flashlight that's shining forward, that's amplifying an ability to see with clarity something that you couldn't see before. Continuing to get clarification between our moon card in combination with our 3 of Pentacles in its reversal. One card to clarify, please. Hermit energy. I like this. This is what we need to see for energy and separation. Why do we like to see the Hermit energy for energy and separation? Because this is saying to me that there's energy and separation that is learning to be comfortable with their own energy, that is working into the ability to enjoy solitude. And what happens when we enjoy solitude? When we enjoy our energy, we put a higher commodity upon it. We raise the energetic rate of exchange within our own selves. So we see even now that there's a lot of energy that's going like, I prioritize myself. Like, I prioritize myself and the energy within it. There's a lot of this energy coming into appreciation of their own energy. And this is why we see even now so much of this energy. This is why, if this was a modality in the past where someone was just expressed, this is why the energy is saying, you know what? I see a lot of energy in separation saying, you know what? Past version of me, someone just expounding upon how much they care about me or how much they desired me. This would have kept the energy in separation around something for longer. But this is the energy saying, I know. This is the energy saying, of course. This is the energy saying, yes. Like, this is the energy saying, I appreciate that. I recognize that there is energy that can feel all the feelings for me, but feeling all the feelings for me does not mean that someone wants to co-create with me. Someone can have all the desire for you in the world. Doesn't mean they want to build something with you. Doesn't mean they want to get out that hammer and that nail and start getting to work. So we see even now that a lot of that energy building into that point of clarity, this is the energy that's moving forward into energetic connections, not craving an energetic connection, prioritizing a valuable one. Masculine and feminine coming into divine union, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. A lot of this energy coming into divine union right now, this is the energy that says, I've seen all I need to see. This is the energy. Why are these energies right now cutting so many cords right now? Because this is the energy in divine union that's recognizing and identifying what it feels like this is the light that's being shown in the energetic connection now that's providing all the clarity that is needed on the past experiences. Right? This is the energy being like, yeah, I've got full clarity on understanding now on what happened in those experiences. Immediate karmic closure. Like the cord is cut when the lesson is over. So we see even now that like a lot of that energy is like, yep, got it. Continuing from the energy right now, deep within the energy, deep within divine union, a lot of this work that we're seeing right now, this is the energy that's doing a lot of work within the self. This is a lot of energy that's doing that introspection work in the self, doing a lot of that deep like that deep work, because this is the energy that is working to identify and recognize how to improve the self, right? And if this is the energy that is stepping out of their comfort zone, this is the energy that is doing so because of the desire to know themselves to a higher degree. Continuing to get clarification between our Three of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our Two of Swords in its upright. One card to clarify, please. Clarification coming through right now with our Nine of Cups in its reversal. Now, masculine and feminine energy, deep within divine union right now. This is a very this is an expansive time. I keep getting a lot of this energy that is putting a lot of effort outwards, but also putting a lot of effort inwards. And as I mentioned, this is the energy that is doing so in a way that is, I want to say, how do I explain this? This is why I'm seeing the masculine is expanding, feminine is contracting. Masculine is spreading seed, feminine is focusing, because this is the energy that's like the dual force of the energies in combination in this way. They're helping, and they're creating this space of feeling the security in order to do so. Masculine healing their own effective space of energetic pride that's allowing them not to be too proud to learn something new. Feminine feeling that energetic resilience, not to worry about the energy around them so that they can focus on the things that they need to do. Both of these energies right now really strengthening, but feeling at a time that they're strengthening the uncertainty of doing something that they haven't before. Masculine and feminine energy that is coming into divine union. A lot of this energy coming into divine union right now. This is just a lot of energy letting go of stuff. This is the energy that is letting go. And that ability to let go, it's like, I want to say, it's like a long exhale. It's like a sigh of relief. It's a sigh of, like, I want to say, the bittersweet sigh of relief and release, as you have an energetic breakthrough. And that energetic breakthrough, to a certain extent, this is what's amplifying, I told you, there's a lot of this energy that's looking and saying to themselves, like, I can't go back, but nor does the energy desire to, specifically because this is the energy that now feels and recognizes the difference between the energetic connection that feels like it gives forth versus the energetic feeling of building into a relationship that's based upon or built upon longing, which is a desire for more. While for masculine and feminine energy in separation right now, we see that for a lot of this energy in separation, this work, like, this is the energetic work in separation that's basically, I want to say, they're giving it back to themselves. This is the energy that's basically feeling that sense of confidence and security within oneself to such a degree that I want to say that this is the energy that's almost saying to themselves, in partnership, better to, like, the healthy partnership is better to be, I'm getting better to be energetically within solitude than in a partnership that isn't in alignment. Because a lot of this energy is recognizing how depleting it can be to be in relationships that don't have that equal give and take, that require or feel like something's out of alignment, because that's that modality of giving and giving and giving to something and feeling like it's not energetically enough. So we see even now that a lot of that energy navigating that space, if these were places where this, like, where you would have overly agonized in the past if you were giving forth and not getting back in kind, this isn't the energy that's looking and saying, what more could I do? This is the energy saying, that is the condition of the relationship. That's setting the expectation of the relationship, which is the overgiving and not getting back in kind. So we see even now that that's a lot of that energy that is just building into that sense of confidence in oneself in the process. So I gotta say, there's a lot of energy potentially coming to meet their energetic counterparts right now in separation, because something about that energetic hurdle that you just had to navigate during that retrograde cycle, that echo from the past that you went, no, like, that is that commitment towards one's own path work that is allowing you to like continue to move forward into alignment with energy that gives same. Continuing to get clarification between our Two of Swords in combination with our Page of Pentacles in its upright. One card to clarify, please. King of Pentacles in its upright. We love to see these two cards in combination here. Masculine energy. One of the things and this is going to have a different impact on masculine and feminine energy. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. Masculine energy right now in separation, that validation point, the breakthrough a lot of the masculine energy is having in this modalities. If this, I keep seeing, if these are situations and circumstances where masculine brought forth their manifestation goal to feminine and also their feelings, if masculine brought forth those dual cups to feminine and feminine was not in a place to receive them, or feminine was vacillating, or feminine was like going through that energetic roller coaster or creating that for masculine, that's a masculine that's almost, again, feeling that energetic reassurance within the self in separation, saying, the gift I give forth to feminine, I need feminine to be able to, I need feminine energy that wants the same things that I want, right? What's the feminine energy saying in separation right now? If this is feminine energy that feels like masculine only brought forth emotions, but didn't bring forward commitment, this is the feminine saying, this is masculine that didn't bring the other piece to the puzzle. I'm looking for the masculine that wants to provide both. I'm looking for the masculine that is able to recognize and identify the ability of both giving the manifestation goal while also expressing the emotions. And this is the energy that's accepting nothing less. And look at these two. Bonk, they're like about to bump into each other. Masculine and feminine energy coming into divine union right now. This is the energy that's experiencing that. This is the energy that's feeling that alignment energetically of giving forth and getting back in kind, giving forth and getting back into kind, feeling like they're building back that space of trust, if you will. And in the moment that they build that space of trust, that is how any of the experiences of the past, that's how a lot of those experiences of the past are being released, because that's the energy that says, I can see now what this feels like, and I can see what was missing there. Thank you for that beautiful gift. While for masculine and feminine energy in deep within divine union right now, I keep seeing these are the energies that are doing the same thing in different ways. Masculine getting expansive, feminine getting very focused. Both of those energies, you put them together, what do you got? You got some wings. You got some wings. You got the opening and the closing. While continuing to get clarification here between our Page of Pentacles in combination with our Seven of Pentacles in its reversal, can I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with, I love to see this card in this position, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, apologies, in its reversal. So a lot of this energy right now, deep within divine union, I told you, there's a sense of peace here. There's like a sense of peace that's coming through on this. I gotta say, this is even why, like, I feel this is energy that's feeling more comfortable being outside of their comfort zone. This is the energy that's learning to feel comfortable getting outside of their comfort zone. This is that in itself is what this energy is working towards right now. Feeling comfortable outside their comfort zone. You have to kind of work on it, right? It's not something that comes out of the box. Being able to thrive in energetic discomfort, to feel comfortable in energetic discomfort. Like, this is how a lot of that energy deep within divine union is working through something. The joy of discomfort is what I'm getting. Like that, that the delight of being able to do something in a way that allows you to, I want to say experiment. Like, there's a little bit of that, there's a little bit of this, Nutty Professor vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like I told you, there's a little bit of that sense of joy in that. While for masculine and feminine energy coming into divine union, a lot of this energy, I mean, it's less that bubbling up of joy that I'm seeing. It's more that this is more of that easement in the grieving process, because I told you that for a lot of that energy coming into divine union has been, I want to say, an expansive but devastating experience, because this is the energy that is both feeling the massive vibration of coming into divine union and simultaneously letting go of any of those unhealed, like the unhealed karmic connections in the process. This is a lot of that energy that's like, I told you, if there was an expansiveness, this is even the energy that's like, I want to say, if all of that like led to this is the energy that's saying, well, I guess that was like, you know, like that is the energy that's almost healing in that modality and saying, not like that is that weight that feels like it could be carried, because it's the understanding of what was necessary prior in order to find what it is that you are energetically looking for, right? So a lot of that work that we're seeing here, it feels like that sense of catharsis. It seems like that sense of peace that's arriving in those circumstances or situations. It feels more bittersweet, right? But that bittersweetness is one that's coming through as sentimentality instead of grief. Someone is like, it's like the energy is recognizing the difference between holding on to something and building into a space of feeling sentimental towards it. While for masculine and feminine energy right now, in separation, this is just the energy in separation that's saying to themselves, there's nothing here that requires waiting. Like, I just see that a lot of that energy in separation is articulating and saying to themselves that the ability to bring forth a manifestation goal is not one that requires a sense of having to wait for the manifestation goal. This is a lot of that energy that's recognizing that the strong foundation of what they're trying to build forth with a counterpart is one that articulation, or the ability to articulate what one is seeking, like, that's the energy saying, like, I keep getting accepting no imitations there. Because this is the energy that's saying, like, even here, if there's something here where they're walking away from someone, this is the energy being like I'm not going to energetically wait, because, like, there's nothing to wait upon. Because when we wait for someone, then we're basically saying that we're trying to build towards someone's potential versus what it is that we actually energetically see. So we have a lot of this energy here that's recognizing that change within the self, like with the external manifestation, is the observation of the self that is also changing as it relates to the manifestation goal. Continuing to get clarification between our Hermit card in its upright in combination with our Nine of Cups in its reversal. One card to clarify, please. Clarification coming through right now with our Knight of Swords in its reversal. Masculine and feminine energy right now in separation. Like, I see it even here, you know, some of this work that is occurring here, and it is having a different impact on masculine and feminine energy, because for masculine energy, I see it even here. Like, I just can recognize that there's so much of this that I'm seeing here for the energy coming into, like, in separation right now. For masculine energy, this is, I see it even, like, this is the energy that is basically coming towards, I keep seeing this for masculine energy and separation. If there's something that you're moving away from, that during that retrograde cycle felt like you were on an emotional roller coaster. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of this is the masculine energy that's basically, like, I want to say, like, clumsily stepping off a ride, if you will, and feeling energetically disoriented. And there's a little bit of this energy I'm seeing with masculine, if that's an experience that you had, saying to oneself, like, I'm seeking the energetic counterpart, like, won't feel like it's on an emotional roller coaster, right? Like, that's the masculine almost saying to themselves that the counterpart for me won't make me feel dizzy. While for feminine energy, this is the feminine energy that's potentially moving forward right now, with more, I want to say, frustration, if you will, because again, if these are circumstances where masculine is just articulating from a space of desire, right? But not being able to build towards a manifestation goal. This is the feminine that's almost saying, like, this is the feminine that's almost looking to a masculine and saying, cool your fire, cool your jets. That's not like you're and if this is a masculine that's still moving towards feminine in this way, this is the feminine that's almost looking towards a masculine. I told you, this is why I feel like even now these energies are recognizing their manifestation goals coming to fruition, because something that would have attracted them is now repelling them, which is like, I see masculine being like, this roller coaster ride does not appeal to me. And I can see Matt going, like dizzy, and feminine is feeling that sense of working through something and being like, that desire you have, that moment of saying what I want is what I want, is feminine going like, no, because you're not being mindful of what it is that I want to create with you. So we see these energies that in the act of feeling, I'm getting here, the act of feeling the ick for something that you used to find appealing, is a lot of this energy that sees how far they have energetically come, specifically and particularly because they're recognizing how much they have changed in the wake of moving towards their own manifestations. While for masculine and feminine energy coming into divine union right now, so much of this energy that I'm seeing right now coming into divine union has to do specifically and particularly, I just keep seeing here, energetic closure, energetic closure, energetic closure, energetic closure. Like, I just keep saying there's a lot of cords getting cut right now for the energy coming into divine union. And this could even be articulating that towards energy around them at this time, because I can see even now that this is a lot of that energy that's feeling the release and relief of having found the energetic counterpart that's they recognize has given clarity to so many of those past experiences or circumstances. And I see even now, I even see here that the recognition point on how much these have reached a point of closure is the contemplation of wanting to close something with someone and then saying no, because if I reach out, that would almost potentially open something back up again. I see even here like a lot of that energy is just like moving away from something in such a way that they're just like, they're like, it's like, it doesn't even require it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that sense of like complete clarity. Continuing to get, and for masculine and feminine energy right now, deep within divine union, so much of this work that I'm seeing deep within divine union is training wheels. It's doing something in a way, doing something that you're not very good at, but doing it over and over again that makes you comfortable. It's like acquired taste energy. There's like a bunch of energy right now in divine union that's getting an acquired taste for pushing outside of their comfort zone and facilitating and doing things in ways that they're not used to, specifically because they're trying to strengthen those areas in the process. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Nine of Cups in its reversal in combination with our King of Pentacles in its upright. One card to clarify, please. Clarification coming through right now with our Five of Pentacles in its reversal. Thank you for that gift. A lot of this that I'm seeing right now, this is the energy healing the abandonment wounds. This is the energy healing the abandonment wounds. Masculine and feminine energy, I'm telling you even now, stepping out. What happens when we allow ourselves to step out of our comfort zone? When we allow ourselves to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. This is the energy that's trying to do some deep quantum healing right now, because that energetic equivalent of building into that structure of healing something via V, and I keep seeing here, like working on an area that feels like it's a little bit of a sensitive subject. This is the energy that's like almost poking the sensitive subject within themselves and being like, ow, 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 oh, okay, all right, oh, okay, oh. It's like that. It's like that. It's a little bit like that. Masculine, again, doing some feeling, allowing oneself to be expansive, allowing oneself to do things in ways that you haven't before, embracing that sense of play. Feminine, getting focused, really holding on to things, being very like holding very firm and getting very serious, right? Both of these energies, again, moving back and forth, this is how they're healing right now. Masculine and feminine energy coming into divine union right now. So much of this energy that I see coming into divine union, this is why there's so much of that massive closure that's happening right now around circumstances and situations, particularly as it relates to the past, because this is the energy that is healing the abandonment wound in the process of coming into connection with the divine counterpart. And those abandonment wounds, they started from violations of trust. And so as the trust is getting rebuilt, right, this is the energy that's learning how to trust again in these energetic connections. It is suturing up and healing all of those experiences from the past, because this is the clarity on what it feels like to build trust that suddenly amplifies any space or place in the past where it feels like trust was demanded but not earned. And that's either a lesson that's happening within the self or something that one's own self experienced. Masculine and feminine energy coming in, like in separation. This is the energy, and I want to say this is the energetic equivalent of the healing that's happened for energy and separation. Because again, if something used to attract you that now gives you the ick, I just keep seeing this. This is what I mean about the light of the past that shines a light on the present. This is the energy that's effectively seeing situations or circumstances right now where they're like, wow, that was the thing that like really attracted me to that person. And now it's like, like I just keep seeing the energy being like that. Like, I just see that that's like the energy that's going like, like, but in that moment, in that experience of suddenly like feeling that, you know, like that's the energy that's like, I've come a long way, because that's no longer, I just keep seeing that is the energy that's saying, no, that used to be, that wasn't romantic. That was my abandonment wound. That was my abandonment wound that used to drive me towards someone in that way. And this is the energy that's like, I've healed that. And this is the energy that's going, oh, that's why I've healed so much that toxic trait or that unhealed characteristic no longer it doesn't come across as romantic. It comes across as like ugh, like continuing to get clarification between our King of Pentacles in its upright and our Five of Cups in its reversal. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Clarification coming through right now with our Ace of Wands, because this is a lot of the energy in separation that knows what they're looking for. This is a lot of energy in separation that knows that's moving. I have to say, this whole retrograde cycle we just came out of, I just feel like some people, like there's like been some deep refining of the manifestation goals in the process. And I can almost see someone like changing their order to the universe, being like, I didn't think I had to write this part down, but clearly I have to. Clearly I have to include this part. Clearly I have to add this part. Because it's like, I see even now, like some of that frustration is coming out of that retrograde period and feeling like something, I want to keep getting something that was so close, but so far away. Like so close, but so far away. So if you're feeling that frustration, recognize that that's like you're getting closer to the target. So you see a lot of energy being like that relationship, that was like, there was that missing thing. It was missing the most important thing. Right? So this is the energy that's recognizing that the beauty of moving towards our manifestation goals is helping us recognize what we prioritize, what we hold closest to our heart. And so we see even now that for a lot of that energy going through that journey is helping, and that's why a good manifestation will bring you closer to who you are in the process of arriving towards it. Thank you for that gift. Because in the process of moving towards your manifestation goal, you've come to understand who you are on that journey. Right? So we see even now a lot of that energy moving forward in that way. That's getting to the energy that says, this is what is most important to me. And that's the gift that this experience that retrograde is allowing, is it's helping it's helping a lot of energy in separation recognize and identify and I articulate the missing piece that is the most important piece. While for masculine and feminine energy that is coming into divine union, this is the energy that feels like someone just popped it in there. Someone just, oh, there it is. That's the energy. It's like, oh. Like that's the energy that's like feeling that sense of energetic completeness to a certain extent, because that is the energy that's like, oh, and a lot of this I'm seeing here, a lot of this is the building of trust. A lot of this is that feeling of energetic harmony that's occurring in some of those connections. And the minute one feels that, everything the past is like, you know what I mean? Like this is the energy that's changing and shifting their perception of the past in such a way that this is the energy that's feeling that. And that's why even now, even in the process of moving, even if these are energies that haven't moved fully into their manifestation goals, this is the energy that says, I'm there. It's not about that's what we talk about the fact that it's not about arriving at the manifestation. This is the energy that says, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. While for the energy right now, deep within divine union, so much of this energy deep within divine union is just getting to work. This is the energy that's getting to work, but getting to work on the self. Feminine getting much more focused, masculine getting more expansive. Feminine getting more focused, masculine getting more expensive. The wings. So, continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between Knight of Swords in its reversal in combination with our Five of Pentacles in its reversal. Like to see that card in its reversal. One card to clarify, please. Clarification coming through right now with our Strength card. So why is the energy right now? I told you. Energy coming with deep within divine union. Stepping out of their comfort zone. Getting more comfortable, stepping out of their comfort zone. That is the energy that is building strength. This is like an endurance work. This is endurance work for a lot of the energy deep within divine union, because the ability to get better at something that is typically something that you're not necessarily energetically good at. I feel like there's a lot of energy here that's building or based upon self-improvement, strengthening, tangibly, metaphysically right now. Could be a bit of both. Masculine and feminine energy coming into divine union. So much of this energy coming into divine union right now. This is the energetic equivalent that we're seeing here of feeling the stability, feeling the strength that you are building with someone. And that is the work that's happening. And this is why this is the building of strength. Because I told you, a lot of this energy entered into, I think it's wild. I think it's wild because I see a lot of energy that entered into divine union during that Mercury retrograde in Leo season. So there was a lot of energy that entered relationships, putting their pride on the line, like stepping away from their pride. But in that moment, coming towards each other with so much authenticity that they're building trust between one another in a very rapid way. And I even see here, it's happening very quickly. But I will stress here, this is the difference, okay? There's nothing here, they're saying there's nothing here that's windswept. This is the energetic equivalent of someone building forward with someone in such a way that the reason that the trust is being built so strongly, so quickly, is because the energy recognizes the authenticity and the clarity that they brought forth to one another so immediately. That's almost showing it's like building a strong foundation right off the bat, that's suddenly giving so much clarity to I'm looking even now. These are energies that are saying like, we've come further. I'm hearing we've come further in weeks than I could in years with another person. I'm literally hearing someone saying we've come further in weeks than I ever came in months or years with another energetic counterpart. And that clarity is what is healing so much of that energy, both in the present but also in the past. While for masculine and feminine coming in separation right now, this is the energy that is reaffirming their own commitment to themselves and saying, I can even see someone saying, coming towards, like moving away from someone, saying, a good energetic partnership will not require me to have to abandon my manifestation goals in the process. A good partnership will not require me to have to surrender my manifestation goals in the process. A good partnership will not require, I can hear the energy just like walking down the street going, a good energetic partnership will not require me to abandon my manifestation goals in the process. Like I could just see someone walking and like almost like muttering it to themselves as they're walking down the street. Thank you for the gift. Like I could just see someone just saying that. Well, for continuing to get clarification on these cards, and that's how these energies are going to bump into each other. Like they're literally going to bump into each other because they both got their head down going up like a good partnership, and then they're just going to bonk. Like they're literally going to bonk into each other. Continuing to get clarification between our Nine of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our Ace of Wands in its reversal. Can I please one card to clarify? Clarification coming through in our Five of Swords in its reversal. And I can see even now, this is why this retrograde period was such a doozy for the energy in separation, because I just keep seeing that there's something that occurred for some of the energy in separation. It's giving me like close but no cigar. It's giving me this type of energy where someone came towards you that feels like they checked all the boxes except the most important one, which is basically the articulation of a manifestation goal. And I can see even now, this is like a lot of the energy, feeling that gift from the past, the light of the past that was able to shine forward, the dark moment from the past that was able to shine a light on the present that said, you know what, it doesn't matter if you checked all those boxes. If that one was missing, there's nothing there. I can see even here a lot of energy saying that, being like, it doesn't matter if that person checked every single box on the manifestation goal. If they were not able to articulate upon what it is that they desire to manifest, this is the energy going, that's not it. And I can see even now the thing that's so triggering about it is it feels to me like there's some energy right now that's feeling a little bit of that fury or frustration in looking at something or someone and being like, they would have been perfect. Like they would have been, like literally like feeling that frustration, being like, if they only wanted what I would want, they would be perfect. But that's the energy that's reaffirming their own commitment and saying, but that is why, that is the clarity. That is that moment of recognizing and saying, but the most important thing is that we desire the same things. And I see even now that the moment that the energy says that to themselves is the moment that the energy is able to heal. The most important thing is that we want the same things. The most important thing is that we want the same things, because that is what builds a healthy energetic commitment. The most important thing is that we want the same things. And the energy that is for you will never be afraid to tell you what those things are. So we see even now like a lot of that energy is reaffirming that energetic commitment, and they're building strength in that process and holding to their integrity. And that maintaining and holding to the integrity, I'm telling you even now, there's a lot of new energetic connections that may be forming very soon. Masculine and feminine energy coming into divine union right now. This is the energy that's getting the gift of integrity. This is the energy that feels like the energy of building trust. This is why the eyes are opening for a lot of those energies coming into divine union, because in the process of building trust with an energetic counterpart, this is the energy that says this is an energy of integrity. This is the energy of integrity. This is the energy that prioritizes integrity, and building into that prioritization point of integrity. This is what is energetically healing, because in that moment or in that modality, that is suddenly that expansive point that we see even now. All of that energy is being able to let go of the past to a certain extent, specifically and particularly because they recognize and identify and say, now that I've seen that energetic integrity, it's not even the fact that the energy can go back to the past. This is the energy that says, I can't even look back on the past the same way. While for the energy deep within divine union right now, for a lot of that energy deep within divine union, so much of this work that we're seeing here, this is the energy that is building forth and becoming, I want to say that high, like this is a lot of the energy that I want to say even now is working towards the manifestation of their higher self. This is just a lot of the energy deep within divine union, doing a lot of work on working towards their their higher manifestation of self. Because so much of what we are seeing here is the energy that is letting go of past experiences by reaffirming their own energetic commitment and feeling the vitality of every day, offering the potentiality of becoming better, right? And so this isn't the energy that's holding down or feeling bad for oneself. This is the energy that's looking back on each day with notes and saying, I'm going to improve that. I'm going to do that in a different way. And that sense of experimentation, right? That sense of play, that is the sense of play of bringing towards one's own self that is healing, because this is the energy that is becoming more compassionate towards themselves in relationality to their own, their own faults or their own the things that they need to change. So this is a lot of that energy saying okay, that didn't work. Not, instead of being I never do anything right, being more well, that didn't work, let's try something different. Final card for today's spread, between Strength and our Five of Swords in its reversal. One card to clarify, please. Clarification coming through right now with our Ten of Wands in its reversal. Angels have wings because they take themselves lightly. I just see a lot of the energy. I feel like a lot of the energy deep within the divine union right now is just kind of moving in that space of not being so hard on themselves, not taking things so literally just not taking things so difficult, not being so hard on themselves. And that's again because this is the energy, one of the things that's happening right now for the energy within divine union. And I told you this is why the energy was doing so much work and building into the manifestation of saying, I'm not going to take it personally. I'm not going to take it personally. It's when you're not taking things personally, you don't want anyone else to take things personally. So that's that moment or that modality that, again, that ability of just not allowing one, having a bit of easement, being a little gentler on oneself. This is how the energy is healing right now within divine union. And for feminine, it's not worrying so much. I want to say, this is the energy of the feminine, that if this is feminine energy, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to, that is constantly over worrying about what others are thinking and stuff. This is the energy being I'm just gonna I'm not gonna worry about that so much. You know what I mean? This is the energy that says again, in order to move towards purpose, you can't be too overly concerned about what others around you think or say. If it's kind of that space of the feminine being if there's an energetic not trying to pre-anticipate this is feminine saying, I'm not going to have to worry about being a mind reader as it relates to what's going on in other people's headspaces. This is the feminine being I'm going to give myself the same energetic compassion that I'm giving others by not taking things personally and assuming that they don't, as they're not taking it personally either. While for masculine energy, this is the masculine saying, I'm not going to be so hard on myself. It's okay if I look energetically silly doing something, because in the ability to look energetically silly doing something, what I'm really showing is I have the ability, I am someone who can navigate being vulnerable, because I'm not building into a point of pride, right? So both of these energies are stretching those muscles, another card coming out, and healing the unhealed inner child in the process. While for masculine and feminine energy right now, coming into divine union, this is the energy that's just clearing a lot of unhealed karma right now. I just see even now, if there were a lot of threads that were open prior to this point, that ability of building forth with someone in a way that feels like it builds and shows integrity, this is the energy that's coming into pathwork of forgiveness of the self. If there were spaces and places that they were carrying too much karmic burden, because this is the energy that's almost looking towards something and saying, well, it wasn't I see the energy saying, well, it wasn't completely my fault. It wasn't that I wasn't faultless, but I can understand now what was my responsibility versus what was someone else's responsibility. I can identify the source of what wasn't energetically working, because I found the missing piece in the energetic counterpart that I'm now building towards. And immediately that heals a lot of that pathwork in the process, because all of those become valuable lessons. While for masculine and feminine energy right now, and that's when the inner child healing, this is energy that's now healing the inner child in the process. While for masculine and feminine in separation right now, this is a lot of that energy saying there's being in solitude. I keep seeing a lot of this energy in separation that's basically saying you can be in solitude in a relationship. You can feel like you're in a relationship and you can feel the most alone you've ever felt. And I see even now that there's a lot of this energy that knows that feeling. There's a lot of energy that knows and recognizes that feeling of being in partnership, but feeling absolutely alone in the process of being in that emotional relation, like in that relationship. And so there's a lot of this energy that's healing and becoming restorative in that moment, in terms of saying to themselves that the error, the misfire point, they're saying in some of those past experiences was always recognizing that that was there, hoping that it would go away, and then suddenly realizing that this is the energy that says better to be with, better to have that clarity in relationality to what it is that you're building with someone, instead of being in a situation or circumstance where you don't know what's happening and you're just hoping that someone will be able to provide clarity and context, because that's the energy that recognizes the difference between the true commitment, which is building a dream together, versus having a dream that someone will desire to build with you. You can enter a relationship where you're just basically hoping that someone will desire to enter the relationship. And we see even now that a lot of that energy, recognizing that valuable difference, is how they're energetically healing. And I see even now, like, a lot of this energy in the process of like telling themselves those manifestation goals, they're coming into, I see new energetic connections. Bottom of the deck on today's reading, Knight of Wands. Now, the difficulty around some of this right now is, let's get to it. We just talked about the fact that a lot of these breakthroughs are occurring via some of these energetic connections that may have just occurred during this retrograde cycle. I see it even now, and it is having a different impact on masculine and feminine energy. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. Feminine could be navigating a situation or circumstance where there's masculine energy that's articulating a lot of desire, like a lot of desire, but desire isn't clarity. Right? I just see that a lot of this feminine energy and separation is going, desire isn't clarity. And this could be frustrating for feminine, because this could be feminine that's looking towards masculine and having a lot of desire towards a masculine. And this is the feminine that's like the manifestation goal is going, stop, like, don't you dare, like, don't you dare focus on me, right? I can see the manifestation goals grabbing feminine and being like, I know, don't look at him, look at me, like, look at me. While for masculine energy, this is masculine energy that's working through that same modality where, again, if there's a feminine energy that isn't able to articulate their manifestation goals, but you feel like a lot of like passion for them, this is masculine going, no, like, no, like hot plate, like hot plate, don't touch. So we see even now that both of these energies are working through their passion center, because it could be a feeling of like trying to lead toward the manifestation goal and the passion's going, but candy store, like, well, for masculine and feminine coming into divine union, I'm just seeing even now like that frustration, that amplification of those experiences of the past. I can see even now, like, that's that modality that's occurring here, that there's I want to say, this is a lot of that, like, I want to say there's a little bit of this energy that's occurring right now for the energy coming into divine union, which is the repressed, like, I'm getting here the repressed words. Like, there's almost a lot of energy here that's building into a construct where I can see that they've got some very choice things to say to someone now that they're moving into divine union. And this is a lot of that energy that's saying, you know what I mean? Like just holding their energetic tongue to a certain extent, because I can almost see the energy saying, I don't want to open that box, but boy, like, if I had a moment, like, I can almost see a lot of that energy changing their own, like, articulation in terms of what they have to say towards someone in relationality towards what they're building with someone. But this is a lot of that energy saying, I'm not gonna, like, I'm just gonna let it go. Like, that's that modality saying, like, I'm just gonna let it go. While for masculine and feminine energy that is coming into, that's deep within divine union, this is the energy, I'm telling you even now, like this is the energy that keeps, like if they're doing this, remembering and identifying, like wanting to fall back on what feels like it's easy. You know, like there's that part of the energy here that I'm seeing this going, well, I could just easily fall back into what feels like it's comfortable. But that, even here, I see now, even that, the energy not allowing oneself to slip into that comfortability point, that's more of that sense of like discipline and endurance that we're seeing that's coming through right now via this Virgo season. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and sharing in these messages with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. My private readings are done over video, and if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you pay. Just mention your subscriber name at the point of payment. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading with me, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my website, and my only accounts are Gray Strega. No numbers on them, no extra hashtags or whatever. It's just Gray Strega, and there's only one on all of the platforms. Also, I want to let you guys know of a couple of updates. Most importantly, I want to let you guys know that tonight is our live class. We are going to be exploring and continuing our tarot journey with a study into the Hierophant card. I am so excited to teach this card, my friends. There's so much to go over. There's so much to go over. I'm going to try to go over all of it. There's a lot to go over. If you have any questions about the Hierophant, please message me, put them in the comments here. I will do my best to address them in the class tonight. If you'd like to become a part of that class program, all you need to do is head over to my Substack, graystrega.substack.com. Your paid subscription to my Substack is your ticket for tonight's class. It also grants you access and entry to each month's live classes. You'll also have access to all of the course materials and recordings for our previous classes. There's about 5 hours of material so far. So if you go ahead, you start now, you'll probably be caught up by the time we have class tonight. And if you become a founding member to my Substack, not only will you receive a discount on the full year's worth of classes, but you will also receive a complimentary mentorship class with me, wherein we will assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey, and I'll give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize your classes and the pathwork and the classes to the best of your advantage going forward. One of the things I tried to do when I created these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned tarot reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. So I look forward to you guys seeing you there tonight. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my Substack, I would encourage you to follow me there. Following me there, you'll be able to have access to the podcast of this collective read that I do each day. You'll also get to see the photo of the spread that I pull for the day's read. You'll also have access to my newsletter, which gives you an update in terms of my live events. It'll give you my schedule for my live events. It'll tell you where my live appearances are. It'll also tell you it'll also let you know about giveaway winners. Speaking of giveaways, we have pulled the winner for our August giveaway. Congratulations to our winner. You can find the winner over on my Substack. We are now pulling a winner we are now drawing for our September giveaway. So if you'd like to win a free private tarot reading with me, all you need to do is head over to the link tree in my bio. There is a 2-minute travel survey there. Filling out that travel survey will grant you an entry into the giveaway. But if you want to increase your chances of winning, forward that survey to a friend, because when I pull the winner, not only will I be giving a reading to the person who wins, I will also give a reading to the person who referred them. So thank you so much if you've already entered, and I wish you the best of luck of winning this month. Finally, I want to let you guys know that on top of life path readings, I now offer mentorship courses. These can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly path package. That is 4 45-minute classes, one per week over the span of a month. They can be focused on your own personal development journey or any area of study that you are interested in learning more about. I take a very limited number of students for this reason. Also, for my clients that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a discounted rate on 4 30-minute readings, one per week over the span of a month, so that you can stay more consistent on your own personal journey. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow.